here with Mike Jubenville, President of Pro Farmer Canada. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
All right, so we are going to talk about canola. Where are we sitting at? We're here the 1st of November. Where are we kind of at with the market in general right now?
Well, you know, certainly we hit our price peaks in the summer rally for all the agricultural markets, and since then we've had a backtracking through September, early part of October, and the market is now sort of rebounding a little bit at this point in time, but still well, you know, off in terms of futures prices, off the highs that we had earlier on this summer, but some positive momentum seems to be being regenerated in the marketplace as we're going into the fall season.
Okay, and the latest StatsCan number for the 2012 canola crop is 13.4 million tons. That's smaller than anticipated. There certainly was the acreage there, but just not the production. Where are we at as far as meeting our domestic demands and keeping our export customers happy?
Well, you're right in the sense that 13.4 million tons is smaller than expectations. You know, earlier when we started the year, based on the acreage that went in the ground, a good start to the early part of the growing season, expectations were as high as 16.5 million tons. And certainly that's much higher than the 14.5 or so that was produced last year, which was a record. So we revised down, and 13.4, while it's maybe still the second or third largest canola crop in our history, it's considered a disaster based on the demand components that we have built up already. We've had a very aggressive program already put in place for this fall season on sales that were being accumulated from June forward for fall delivery. So we got an aggressive export program, we've got a very aggressive crush program that's in place. So the canola market today is kind of being characterized by strong cash basis levels, an inversion in the futures market where you have the nearby futures carrying a premium relative to the deferred positions. All of this is all part of a process to try to draw as much canola from the farmer as possible into the marketplace.
And so we've had some great expansion of the domestic crush going on in the Yorkton area. Recently, Cargill announced some added crush, or their first crush in Alberta. Are we in danger here of not being able to service our domestic crush?
There's a pinch going on that has to get accommodated in this process, because about 5 years ago we probably had a crush capacity in this country of 4 to 5 million tons. This year it's probably about 8, with expansions that we're seeing at Bungie at Altona, Manitoba, Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta. We have the Camrose plant that's planned for Cargill, expansion at the Clavette plant. We have a couple of U.S. plants that are coming online over the next 2 years. We'll probably have crush capacity elevated maybe to 10 million tons in 2 years. So in this current year, when we had an expectation of a 16+ million ton crop, a lot of sales had gotten made, and now we have a much smaller crop than what was anticipated. Someone's going to have to bite the bullet here, and the market's going to have to find that median ground to accommodate maintaining adequate carryout supplies and tailor back some of the demand expectations that we had earlier on. So I think certainly on the export side, we're going to have some tailoring back of what we would have expected in demand otherwise. China's probably already taken over 2 million tons of canola so far. We're maybe reaching a limit what we can do for them, but certainly other customers like Pakistan, United Arab Emirates, and such, Bangladesh and such, will probably be factored out of the demand marketplace. On the domestic crush side, certainly there was the potential here to do 7 million tons or better of canola crush. The capacity is certainly there, and at the rate of crush to date is even ahead of last year's rate. So there's got to be some rationalization that takes place over time, but I think some of the aggressiveness in terms of exports and domestic crush that we're seeing in today's market were based on sales that were already made, on expectations of a bigger crop. So we have to tailor things back, and that's going to come, I think, in the second half of the marketing year.
All right, thanks so much, Mike.
You're welcome.